On what is an absolutely wonderful day here in the heart of Hendricks County, we welcome you to high school baseball, presented by Endeavor Communications on the ISC Sports Network. It is a Sagamore Conference matchup between two teams that opened up their league slate a day ago. Crawfordsville at home got a 9-4 victory over the Danville Warriors. The two teams meet here at Danville on this Wednesday evening. Alongside Chris Walker, my name is Greg Rakestraw. Always, we're thrilled to be with you on the ISC Sports Network. And let's face it, you've got a championship-winning program in Crawfordsville, a state championship-winning coach in Pat O'Neill here for Danville. We expect this to be a very well-played game this Wednesday evening.
Greg, that's what I was thinking about. Expect this to be a fundamentally sound game. Let's see if Crawfordsville comes out and pitches it and hits it like they've been doing all year. We'll see what happens.
All right, show you the batting lineup for the Athenians. A check-in at 6-2 on the season. Bryce Dow, the first baseman, will lead things off for Crawfordsville. Wyatt Moats, he is the third baseman. He will bat second. A.J. Hall is the catcher. He will bat third. Cale Coursey is the second baseman, batting fourth. The pitcher in Cale Weimer will bat fifth. Caden Underwood in right field will bat sixth. Jude Coursey, the shortstop, will bat seventh. Caden Patton in left field bats eighth, and Dylan Farley will bat ninth. You see Coach Moats there on your screen. Crawfordsville brought 12 today. In other words, those are the guys you're going to see for the majority of the game, the 9 that are on that lineup. The pitcher they'll be facing is Cole Miller. Miller on the season has thrown 12 innings worth, or excuse me, he has thrown, he's 1-0 on the season. He has 3 hits. He has given up 1 earned run. He has thrown an inning and 2/3 so far, has Miller. His ERA, 4.20. He has struck out 3 batters. And one thing you notice is that Crawfordsville has played 8 times. They took a spring break trip to Tennessee. They played Portage Central out of Michigan as well. For Danville, they've played 4 times. They didn't start their season until last Thursday, so the Warriors kind of playing catch-up here to begin the year.
Yeah, it kind of puts you behind the 8 ball a little bit, but the good thing is you start playing baseball in the good weather, so you got to love that.
So we are underway, and talking with Coach Young before the game, he said, you know, Miller's got fantastic movement on both a curveball as well as a slider. Actually, a lot of off-speed throughout the course of this game, and excuse me, swing that very much benefits the home team. An unintentional first out of the game on the 1-3 put out.
Yeah, good pitch there by Miller. Kind of throws a fastball up and in that Dow kind of tries to check his swing on, but he makes contact in fair territory for the easy 1-3 put out.
And one thing you may notice, you see a great look on the shot. We point this out the first time we're here every year. This is like you see in a lot of various college facilities. It is a turf infield. It is a natural grass outfield. The one difference, or thing that maybe is a variation here, dirt pitcher's mound, but no dirt around the base path. So it's all turf, other than where Miller is standing on the pitching rubber as we speak. Brings the fastball into the zone, and the count evens up at 1-1.
I love the setup here, and when you have these turf fields, I am most certainly a proponent of having a dirt mound. I mean, to me, aesthetically, it's just more pleasing. You look at like IU, they have their turf mound, and you always got to replace that patch in the front. It just doesn't look good, in my opinion.
Ball inside, did not clip Moats, the number 2 hitter. He's batting .452 with 4 RBI and 8 runs scored. By the way, let's recognize our umpiring crew. Jacob Peterson is our home plate umpire. Noel Fliss will be handling the action in terms of the base pass. Curveball.
Good swing.
Smacked into center field. Diving effort by the center fielder. Knocked it down. Great job by the center fielder in Skinner to keep it in front of him. But that is a base hit for Crawfordsville.
It's a really good swing there by Wyatt Moats on a breaking ball that was left up a little bit by Miller. Great job by Skinner coming in. And I tell you what, if he comes up and sells that a little bit more, he may be able to get that call.
Well, good job by both umpires.
I see the ball came
Correct.
out. I missed that.
Yep. Home plate umpire actually had kind of ventured almost up to the pitcher's mound to get a good look at that.
Yeah, when you have a 2-man crew, there's a lot of work, additional work you have to do to make those calls.
And let's face it, we're going to see a 2-man crew virtually everywhere. We were lamenting this in the press box for the game. Last year we had this issue with JV games being called because of lack of umpires. I saw that. I think Decatur Central had that situation today. There was a varsity game that was bagged last night. And again, on a perfect weather day, Fishers could not play because they could not have umpires. We have hit kind of the critical mass in terms of the officiating shortage in this sport.
It is really unfortunate. So parents out there listening, let the officials officiate.
Yep.
Because we're losing officials And I think a lot of that reason is due to the harassment they're taking at some of these venues.
No doubt. So A.J. Hall, the catcher, at the plate. High hopper. The bounce may take the double play out of play. In fact, they do get the lead runner at second. That was close.
Very close.
I thought, frankly, he may have had a better play at first base than second.
No kidding.
We'll take a look here. There are 2 away. And because his front leg was up, he was out.
You got it.
Great job, Rob Lynch, on that camera shot. High above home plate. Yes, runner, frankly, beat the ball to second base because he had that leg lifted. He, frankly, missed the bag.
You know, that's one of my pet peeves in Major League Baseball, Greg, when you see a play go to replay and the replay changes the call because of a situation like that where the leg is too high on the base when you really beat it. But that was definitely the right call by the umpire.
So here's Cale Corsi. And to say that Corsi's had a good start to the season is an understatement. He's batting .560. And in 8 games, he has 12 runs batted in. He also has Crawfordsville's lone home run of the season.
Good pitch.
Falls into the zone for a strike.
Front door breaking ball there by Miller.
By the way, symmetrical field alignment here. 315 down each line, 350 in the power alleys, and 370 straight away to center field. Comes back at the fastball. Second baseman was hedging towards the bag and couldn't get back and make the diving effort. Runner will advance to third. So a 2-out single, and runners on the corners for the Athenians.
Really good hitting there by Corsi. Just takes an outside fastball, drives it in to 4-hole there to first and third situation with 2 outs here for Crawfordsville.
In Crawfordsville, like I said, 6-2. 2 of their losses have come in Tennessee, and a lot of Indiana programs, that's about as far south as you can go with the mileage restrictions in terms of out-of-state play with the IHSAA. So you'll see a lot of teams play teams from Tennessee over their spring break.
You know, both my boys during their high school career at Lafayette Jeff did a Tennessee trip, and I'll tell you, it was so much fun going there.
And Chris knows of what he speaks. His son had 5 hits in a college game yesterday at the Division I level.
Let's just say he needed it. He needed it.
A very harsh critic in his fellow Division I playing father offering that. I'm giving him all kind of praise. Like, well, you know, it's kind of in a bit of a slump, you know. Had to pick it up.
That's right.
Tough to be a young man in the Walker. Here's the pitcher in Weimer. Ground ball. And the third baseman should have played that better than he did. That'll be an 85 and a run scored for Crawfordsville. That should have been out number 3. And again, let's go back to the fact this is turf. You're going to get a good hop every time. You got to play that one better if you're the third baseman.
Yeah, you got to be aggressive. You come pick that up, even if you have to come get it on the short hop, but you got to play through the baseball. When you stay back on it, that ball most likely is going to eat you up.
So courtesy runner in for Crawfordsville at first base with Weimer the pitcher, so he can get ready for his first inning of pitching. And it's Rogers that is in as the courtesy runner at first base for the Athenians. This is Caden Underwood, the right fielder. Miller steps off the rubber, didn't like the feel of that one. Underwood batting .360. So batters 2 through 6 for the Athenians, all batting .350 or better on the season. Certainly helps explain 6-2. Crawfordsville, again, a traditional power at the 3A level, state champs in both 2008, 2011. A.J. Rice, who played at Vanderbilt, amongst some of the players that have come through that program over the years. Curveball, good job by the catcher to slide out in Wenzel and block that one. Count now at 2-0.
Caden Underwood sitting at .360, but when you're hitting that well, it's kind of odd to see one of your teammates hitting 200 points higher than you.
Bell-tie fastball for a strike. We'll again at 2-1. And you have a little more wind than we had a day ago, and it seems to be kind of moving around a little bit too. This field faces northeast, so we've seen some gusts to straightaway center. Back up the middle, that should score a run. Center fielder coming in, runner rounding third. Center fielder bobbles. There wasn't going to be a play anyway. But it's 2-0 Crawfordsville. After 9 a day ago, the bats remain hot for the Athenians.
Just a really good piece of hitting there by Underwood. Takes the ball right back through the box for a base hit. One of the hardest things to do in a game of baseball, to get 2-out RBI hits.
So give Underwood his 4th RBI of the season. And now Jude Corsi. He and KLR brothers. Jude hitting a puck 54. Outside corner for a strike. Jude with 4 runs batted in so far this year. Good job on the curveball. Chase that one, did Corsi, and he finds himself down 0-2.
Good sequence by Miller. First pitch outside fastball. Second pitch breaking ball in the dirt. 0-2. Let's see what he comes with now.
High hopper, third baseman. Tries to go the short route, and again, runner beat him in the bag. I'll go down as a fielder's choice. But DiBenedetto has had a struggle here in this top half of the first.
Yeah, that's just one of those tough plays. I don't think he realized how quickly that runner was getting on him.
Here's Patton, the left fielder, batting 200, 5 runs batted in. Foul ball.
For Danville, you want to get out of this right now.
3 hits and an error so far. And the fielder's choice on the last play. Fouled back our general direction. You and I at an age where the speed isn't there anymore, but the hand-eye coordination still is. Our hands both go up instinctively.
That's right.
As if we were going to actually catch that thing.
Exactly.
0-2. Wasted that one again. Good job by Wenzel to slide over and block it. DiBenedetto at third base. Williams at shortstop. Gross at second. Warner at first. Walls, Skinner, Neffendorf, the outfielders around the diamond for Danville. Again, now 2-2 is good job by Patton to lay off of that one.
It's a really good job by Patton to lay off of that. That is an out pitch. You see that swung at a lot by hitters. It is tough to lay off of that pitch right there.
This one lined in the left field to get down for a base hit. 1 run will score. Second runner going to come around. Throw. Cut off by the pitcher. Gets all the way through. They'll throw behind. Can they get the runner at second? No, he's back in. They'll make it a 4-run top of the first for Crawfordsville.
Just a tremendous piece of hitting there by Patton. And like I said, I believe it was set up by the take on the previous pitch. When you lay off of that, you give yourself the right to get another chance to get a pitch to hit. He got another breaking ball up, and he hit it hard in the left field. Great piece of hitting.
So here's Farley. So the Athenians will bat around in the top of the first. Chases the elevated fastball. Farley, an RBI, 3 runs scored, and batting $176 so far this season.
So you're one of those guys that batting around happens right now.
Everybody comes to the plate.
Ah.
If all 9 players bat, you have batted around. I also say RBI and not RBIs because they're runs batted in.
I think it's RSBI, to be honest.
Which is why I don't say RSBI because that just sounds dumb. 1 and 2.
But it's right.
Sometimes I'd rather be wrong, Chris.
I love it.
So Farley behind 1 and 2. Sprays that one foul. Are you of the other camp? In other words, 10 has to come to the plate?
I think so.
Bat around?
I think so.
Well, you can be wrong, too. That's all right. Curveball, a little high. 2-2 the count. Not a cloud in the sky this evening. Just an absolutely gorgeous day. Good job to spoil that one by Farley. And again, you see this is such a successful program at Crawfordsville. Coach Froge was the man in charge of this for so many years, and a lot of those basic tenets still have rolled over here.
Fight with 2 strikes.
You're seeing a great at bat by the number 9 hitter.
That's right.
Almost got him. They ask if he went. Again, tough position for the second base umpire to be in, but
it really is.
You'll get a second opinion anyway. Count full. Runners will get a head start here for Crawfordsville. Fastball got him.
Yep.
Bell-top fastball, strike out number 1, out number 3. Inning is over, damage done. Crawfordsville, according to some, bats around. 4-0 they lead through a half an inning. We'll see the Warriors come to the plate when we come back. Presented by Endeavor Communications. You're watching on the ISC Sports Network.
Want lightning-fast internet speeds? Choose Endeavor. Go from slow to whoa. From last to fast. And wait to great. Endeavor Communications is bringing the fastest internet speed in Indiana to your town. So you can download huge files in a flash, stream videos at blazing speeds, and game online faster than you thought possible. Think fast and contact Endeavor Communications today at join.weendeavor.com.
And spectacular day here in Hendricks County. Thank you so much for joining us. Presented by Endeavor Communications on the ISC Sports Network. Let's show you the batting lineup for Coach O'Neill and the Danville Warriors. Ethan Wells will lead things off, the left fielder. Will Woolsey, who was on the mound yesterday, he'll be the DH in today's contest. He is batting for the shortstop in Williams. Landon Skinner, whose dad was honored by throwing out the first pitch on this Veterans Night here at Danville High School, bats third. Jack Warner, a sophomore, their cleanup hitter, the first baseman. Cole Miller, the pitcher, bats fifth. Ryan Wenzel, the catcher, bats sixth. Chris DiBenedetto bats seventh. He is the third baseman. Garrett Gross, the second baseman, bats eighth. And Brandon Neffendorf is the right fielder. He'll be batting ninth. And the young man they'll be facing is Cale Weimer. Weimer on the season. This is his fourth appearance. He has thrown 12 innings. He has walked 2. He has struck out 16. His ERA is 2.33, and he has picked up a win in one of those 3 efforts so far. You get a good look there at the CA logo that Crawfordsville uses. That would be intellectually borrowed from the Angels in the outfield era of the California Angels.
That's right.
Before they then went with the Anaheim Angels kind of script Atlanta A with wings look in the late 90s, the pinstripe era of that team. So here is Walls at the plate. He is 4 for 12 with 2 runs batted in. And Danville comes in at 2-2. But Indian Creek in 9 innings to start the season last Thursday.
Ooh,
first pitch
swing.
fastball smoked, but center fielder is there. That was a wallop. Walls put into it, but Farley had him played perfectly, 1 down.
That right there is why this game of baseball is so hard. You can do everything right as a hitter, and you are out before you even got out of the batter's box. That is just too bad.
You'll take that cut every time.
Yes, you will.
Here's Woolsey. 2 for 4 on the season. Of note, Weimer is pitching out of the stretch. Kind of has that rotation backwards to kind of hide the ball from the hitter. Get a little more momentum without going into the full windup. Hop that one 1-1 the count.
I like this aggressiveness, the early nature aggressiveness of this Danville Warrior team. Even though they're down 4, they're coming out swinging.
And they lost yesterday 9-4. Lost to Plainfield as well. Picked up a winning at Speedway on Monday. This is the 3rd consecutive day in which Danville is playing. They are then off until Monday. They will take on Mooresville.
That can be taxing on your pitching, but the long break will help.
And this is their 5th game since last Thursday, so They are maybe a little deeper into their pitching than probably they'd like to for the second conference game of the year. Chase, the fastball, could not catch up. Ball popped out of the mitt, but then applied the tag on the way back by. So Woolsey's a strikeout victim, and there's 2 down.
It's a really good pitch, fastball. That's tailing arm side, running away from the left-handed batter there for strike 3.
So here's Landon Skinner. Skinner batting 3rd. That hasn't warmed up just yet. He's 1 for 13 on the season. Swings through that one and misses, has a couple of runs scored.
Skinner nearly made a terrific catch in center field in the top half of the 1st inning.
Certainly wasn't cheated on his effort. Second verse, same as the first. And right now, Weimer's just kind of showing the gas. Okay, see what you can do with it. Leadoff man and Walls put a charge into it, but Woolsey nor Skinner have not done much damage to it just yet. Airmailed that one, 1-2 the count.
Try to throw that one through him, you know. But you got to love it. Weimer early in this game has been pounding the strike zone.
Weimer's dad, in fact, played for Coach O'Neill in his days at Fountain Central. Foul tip, stay alive.
Small world, huh?
Coach O'Neill's coached a lot of second-generation ball players at this point. Been doing this for a while. Outfield straight away and deep for the number 3 hitter.
Good
Brought the
pitch.
curveball this time, and again, well hit. Center fielder Farley missed it. Yeah, mistimed it. He came in on it, and that could be 3. Skinner will come all the way around on this one. A stand-up triple. And Farley came in for just a moment. That threw him off. And that ball, again, little wind behind it, just kept going.
You know, that's the ball. That's the hardest ball for an outfielder. The ball hit directly at you. You know, a lot of coaches will say first step always back. I don't agree with that. What you need to do on that play there is you just sink in your hips a little bit. It gives you a chance to get your depth perception down, and then you can get a better read on the ball.
Here's Jack Warner. Fastball at the knees for a strike. Jack batting 5 for 12 so far this year. 5 runs batted in, 2 doubles, and 2 runs scored.
And give Landon Skinner a good deal of credit. That was a tremendous swing on that pitch with 2 strikes.
1-1. So Warner, the cleanup hitter. Fouls that one straight back, and count now goes to 1-2. Pitcher and Miller awaits on deck if it gets to him for Danville.
Danville, you'd love to find a way to get a run in here.
Sprayed that one foul.
See, Jack Warner's really trying hard to take away that outside pitch here. Let's see if Weimer will try to bust him hard inside.
Popped him up. Center fielder's got it, and the inning comes to an end. We'll take this quick timeout. We are through 1 inning of play. It is 4-0 Crawfordsville leading Danville. As you're watching, presented by Endeavor Communications on the ISC Sports Network. Today's game on ISC presented by Endeavor Communications. At Endeavor, we believe in investing in our local communities and striving to make life better for all. Another way that Endeavor is helping rural communities succeed. We understand that having access to reliable internet can make a world of difference, and we're to provide solutions that you need. Cheer on your favorite teams and stay connected with our high-speed internet. For more information, visit weendeavor.com. Rob Lynch, Elijah Mash, Sean Walker, Alex Laverne, David Cott, and Vince Morales, our crew bringing you today's game here from Danville. Alongside Chris Walker, Greg Rakestraw with you.
And Greg, it looks like Bryce Dowell, leadoff man, will lead the way since they did not bat around last inning.
No, because they batted around, Dowell gets to be the leadoff hitter for Crawfordsville. I'm beginning to question your Purdue education. I think you majored in leading off in your days at Purdue.
That's right. That's right.
So Dowell had an excuse me kind of check swing back to the pitcher his first time up. And 4 hits, 4 runs, 1 error. And so to be the book nerd about it, technically those 4 runs all unearned in the last inning. But guys down the lineup did a good job getting the bats going. And
yes, they did.
Keeping the inning going as well. That one missed off the plate. Count it 1-0. This is the opening conference set for all these teams. Dowell Tries to poke a hole in the clouds on this one. Left fielder
Yes,
drifting back, and dropped it.
Oh.
Just never really looked comfortable on that one, and that is a two-base error by the left fielder.
Yeah, that's just one you got to find a way to get camped under that. I mean, it's a high sky, tough play, but you want to get those outs for your pitcher there.
So here's Moats. Singled his first time up.
The ball really hard his first time up, right to the center fielder.
This one misses. Crawfordsville off the next couple of days. They are, weather permitting, hosting a couple of teams in the northern part of the state. They have Norwell and Griffith coming down to play them.
Norwell, that's the Fort Wayne area, isn't it?
And that is a team that also, like Crawfordsville, has won multiple 3A championships.
Yes.
They're also a team that has produced multiple major leaguers over the last few years.
Big-time arms there.
Jared Parker, first-round pick, and Josh Van Meter.
Yes.
Recently with the Cincinnati Reds. And Griffith, for the first time in about 20 years, is not coached by our buddy Brian Jennings. Right fielder never found it. Couldn't find it in the sun. Well, that'll be a sun-influenced base hit. Because second baseman has kind of assumed the right fielder was going to have it behind him, and he just never had a read on it. So runners on the corners with nobody out.
Yeah, that's just a really tough play. In right field, on the field at this time of day, you're looking right into the sun. So if you don't see it right away, it's going to be a tough play.
So really through no fault of Miller's own, he's got runners on first and third with nobody down, and now the heart of the lineup coming through for the Athenians. Hall, a fielder's choice, and a ground ball to shortstop would come around to score the first run for Crawfordsville. Runner goes. They'll cut the throw off. Runner at third, and Dowell was not going anywhere. So give Moats the stolen base.
I saw him square around. I'm thinking, oh, my goodness, squaring around with your three-hitter in the situation, but that was just to give his base runner at first a chance to get the second so he can try to drive in 2 runs here.
Curveball, just missed.
Good pitch.
Yep. Count it 1-1. Also, a little off the plate, 2-1. Hall coming in with batting .348. Has 3 doubles on the year. 3-1. Ground ball up the middle scores a run. At the corners, they'd look at home first.
Ground ball up the middle may score 2 runs.
Lifted, left field. Runner will tag. Catch is made this time. Throw cut off, so no advance for second base. Successful sacrifice fly. Give Hall the RBI, his 5th of the year, and Crawfordsville now staked to a 5-run lead.
Really productive at bat there, productive out by A.J. Hall, getting his job done, getting himself an RBI.
So here's Corsi. Corsi a single his last time up and would come around to score. Began the day hitting .560 and has improved that.
Oh,
and that will
nice.
be perfectly placed between the first and second baseman. Runner will get the wave around, and throw goes wide, but it won't affect either the scoring play nor the runner advancing from first, so make it 6-0. Give Corsi his 13th RBI of this early season.
And that is Corsi's 2nd hit in that general direction. He's doing a really good job of staying inside the baseball and taking what they're giving him.
Here's Weimer. Weimer had the ground ball to third that could have ended the inning in the first, and he's kind of unraveled a bit from there. Weimer giving himself quite the cushion here in the early stages of the game. Right at the letters for a strike. It's the very top of the zone, 0-1 the count. Outfield straight away and deep for the number 5 hitter. Turned on this one and rolls it foul. And the count at 0-2. First Sagamore Conference set. Frankfort, Lebanon, Southmont, North Montgomery. Webo amongst the other league schools that they'll play a double round robin against this year. 1-2 the count. Got away from the catcher, but no further advance.
That's a really tough read when the ball bounces straight up out of the catcher's glove, because you don't know if he's going to catch that. If it drops, you can advance potentially, but you just don't know what's going to happen. So probably better off just staying put at first base there.
Curveball skied it. Center fielder coming in. And Wendell pushed out a little bit, but Skinner able to track it down, and there's 2 away.
Weaver just got under that one. Fly out to center field for the second out of the inning.
Here's Underwood, who Singleton got an RBI his last time up. A little bit of a lower throw. They might have had a play at first base. Miller's got a pretty good move.
He does. There's been a couple close ones over there.
Already 1 stolen base this inning for Crawfordsville.
Oh,
curveball bends in perfectly. Underwood kind of nodded his head in disgust as he decommitted from the swing. The ball moved about 6 inches in. Smacked it. Third baseman's got this one. He'll go the long way. Hopper. And Warner's got it. And that is the end of the inning. But 2 runs come around to score. And it is now 6-0 Athenians as we are through 1.5. Stay tuned. More baseball presented by Endeavor Communications comes your way next here on the ISC Sports Network.
Fall means football. And on the ISC, we've got you covered all season long. Catch our broadcast live on television on MyNDTV 23 and Comcast 81, as well as streaming on ISCSportsNetwork.com. With a subscription to ISC for only $4.99 a month, you get access to our entire library, viewable anytime, anywhere, on our website or on the ISC app. Don't miss a single broadcast. ISC Sports Network. Football lives here.
So back here at Danville, Greg Rakestraw, Chris Walker with you. You're on the ISC Sports Network. Let's thank our friends at NSR. Being a great sponsor of today's game. You only get one chance at the recruiting process. Don't waste it. National Scouting Report is dedicated to finding scholarship opportunities for athletes who possess the talent, desire, and motivation to compete at the collegiate level. You can work with Mark Gallion. He should know his son currently a pitcher at Miami of Ohio. You can give Mark a call at 317-339-6721 or email Mark Gallion, that's Galyean at nsr.inc.com. And Mark's phone number, 317-339-6721. And you are now a father of 2 different Division I college baseball players. Just how much has the recruiting process changed from when your oldest first made his way to Indiana University?
A ton. You know, I hate to say this, but you got to be a good self-marketer. I mean, you got to be able to get your information out there because there's so many players. There's just, I say it all the time right now, in Division I college sports, there's way more players than opportunities right now with the COVID extra year and all that, so it's tough.
So here's Miller. Miller 3 for 12, 4 runs batted in. Off the bat and foul. Counted 0-2. Fastball that hit where it's supposed to, outside of the zone.
Yes, it did.
That was trying to get the hitter to chase, and he did not. Count it 1-2.
Good swing.
Fouled back at us. We'll do it again at 1-2. Miller, Wenzel, DiBenedetto, the trio of Danville Warriors due up in the bottom half of the second inning. Just missed the top of the zone. Wasn't far away.
It was not far away.
Yeah, pitcher's pitch. Now 2-2.
Greg, is that you with the Gucci cologne on? Man, I'm smelling someone smells really good up here.
I'll give that a response after I see it that this one literally touched the gloves of 3 different players.
There are a lot of hits in the middle of the baseball field, sir. When you stay in the middle, normally good things happen.
No, that is not me, by the way. I wear a different shade. Pinch runner coming in here for Danville, courtesy runner, as Miller will go back to the dugout to focus his efforts on the mound.
Courtesy runner.
That'll be Chase Copeland. Here's Wenzel. Wenzel is 1 for 9. His one hit is a double and does have 3 runs batted in. Just below the knees, 1-0 the count. Time is called. Very busy afternoon, as you always have on these beautiful spring days in terms of athletic complex. There appears to be 178 people playing tennis on the courts past us on left field. It's like a pickleball tournament broke out. Wenzel skies this one. There's plenty of room. First baseman following, and second baseman lost it. And again, where the dugouts are, instead of kind of having fencing those off, the dugouts are further back. It turns into the Oakland Alameda County Coliseum in front of the dugouts in terms of
so much
foul territory space.
That's right.
I think that Crawfordsville's dugout is actually in the Plainfield School District. It's pretty far back. Count is 1-2. Or Cascade. I may have to get my directions lost around here. This one wrapped foul, and it's going to be a 2-strike count. So I don't blame the first baseman for almost, wait a minute, there's a fence here, right?
That's right.
And didn't realize, well, I've got to play on this.
It's tough. Those are things you have to scout out before the game.
Fastball again. Weimer's doing a good job of putting that around the zone, but not hitting the zone on those counts.
Yes, he is.
Count at 2-2.
See if the hitters will chase.
Runner goes. Ground ball, perfectly
perfect
timed on the hit and run. Now, Copeland stumbled, kept going anyway. He'll make it to third base. Only thing I worry about is, did he actually hit the second base bag, or is that what he tripped over? Because I think he was kind of halfway between a slide and, trying to stop himself from sliding on the play.
Let's see here. Oh, couldn't quite see it.
Well, regardless, he made it to third base.
But back to what you were saying, just an excellently executed hit and run there. Driving ball right where the vacated shortstop was. Now Danville has something going. Runners on first and third and no outs.
Another courtesy runner. Darren Sharp will come in to run here because it's pitcher-catcher in the batting lineup, so both are eligible to have a courtesy runner. Here's Chris DiBenedetto. He's 1 for 7 with a run scored. And if you're Crawfordsville, you're thinking 2 here. You will gladly trade the run for a couple outs, but their infielders' play will be at first or second. That's a Danville team, but they've scored a good amount of runs, but the batting average has not been great. Team batting average 222 for the first 4 games, so they're happy the fact that 3 of their last 4 hitters have found a way to reach the base paths.
It's still early.
Yeah, literally their season started a week ago tomorrow. Popped him up.
It's going to be a tough play.
Yeah, right fielder fighting the sun. Dropped it. That's a live ball. And so the runner at first base kind of had to stay there. Now he's going to try to leg it out and go to third. That will hold up DiBenedetto as to where he can go. And to DiBenedetto's credit, he waited. I had a softball game on Saturday where a runner was out because she passed the runner that had kind of frozen at first base.
What are you going to call that, Greg?
I'll call that an error because unfortunately for him, his glove hit it. Yes, he's fighting a terrible sun field there.
Yep.
But E9.
So it takes us right back to a first and third situation with no outs.
Yep. First run on the board. Make it 6-1. Here's Garrett Gross, second baseman. 2 for 11 on the season with an RBI, a run scored, and he's hit a triple, has Garrett. Fastball at the belt, in for a strike. You hear that last name, you think, is he related to a rather famous Danville alum? Happens to be a college basketball coach. The answer is yes. That would be his Uncle John, that these days is the head coach for the Akron University Zips. Previous stops at both Ohio and Illinois. Runner goes, and he did Gross. That was really to protect the runner at second base. Did not make contact. So DiBenedetto will take the second base bag. 2-strike count now. And again, infielders will stay back. The play is at first base with a 5-run lead. As Weimer misses high and outside, 2-2. Neffendorf awaits on deck for the Warriors. Fastball, absolutely strike 3, and not sure what Garrett was expecting, but clearly it wasn't that. 1 down.
Really good fastball right there on the outer half of the plate or outer third, and just really froze Garrett Gross there. It's tough at bat.
He had just the reaction. He had to be. He was thinking off speed, curve, or something.
Yep.
Not just straight gas. That one sails high. So Neffendorf, 2 for 6 this year. 3 runs scored and a double.
Ooh, yeah.
Got him. Inside corner. 1-1 the count. Tries to put a bunt down. Wow. Safety. They'll now got the runner cornered because the runner behind the play. Throw, tag, got him. Now they may have 2.
Oh, my goodness.
So second out has been recorded. Quickly hustling over runner, stumbles. That's it. Double play. What you've got to do is runner at third. You've got to wait until that pitcher turns to go to first.
Yep.
I won't try to count the numbers in terms of who pitched it to whom and where. Just know that outs 2 and 3 have been recorded on this very play. Inning is over. Danville scores 1. It could have been more. And through 2, it is 6-1 Crawfordsville. Presented by Endeavor Communications on the ISC Sports Network.
Again?
Tortured by technology? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with Speed Geeks. Our Speed Geeks are expert technicians ready to rescue you from technology troubles. Our experts are here to get and keep your Wi-Fi running properly. We'll even make sure all of your devices stay connected. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications, technology for real people.
Chamber of Commerce weather, wherever you may be. It was funny, we were just talking with a friend of mine about the accomplishment that Brady Ware of UIndy had. And we'll talk more about that in a moment in case you are one of the, half the planet hasn't heard about this yet. But Brady is from Poway, California, which is not far from San Diego. And I said, it's maybe the 1 week where the weather here emulates San Diego, California.
That's right.
Now, Brady Ware, for those of you who don't know, is a young man from the University of Indianapolis that in the same game last Friday threw a 7-inning no-hitter and hit for the cycle in a UND victory. And so many folks have been wondering, how many times has something like that happened? And wouldn't you know, Chris Walker has an answer to that question. So there was a young man in Indiana high school that basically one-upped that feat last year.
Yeah, Owen Willard, down in the Fort Wayne area, went to Eastside High School in the game last year. He threw
deep center field. Wind got behind it, kept going, finished that thought in a moment. That is Jude Coursey. Coursey going to try to leg it out for 3, and he'll stop right there. He's going to hold up. Third baseman able to track that down. But Coursey with a stand-up triple. And again, you get a ball into the jet stream tonight, it's going to go for a while.
Yeah, that ball was absolutely crushed straight away center field. So really, really good swing by Jude Coursey there.
Both teams now with a triple. Crawfordsville putting 4 up in the first and 2 in the second. Looking to score again here in the top of the third. Miller's curveball fouled by Patton off his front foot.
But to finish your point, finish that story, Owen Willard at Eastside High School hit for the cycle and threw a perfect game in the same game. That is absolutely outstanding.
And these days, Owen pitches at Purdue Fort Wayne.
Purdue Fort Wayne, yes, sir.
Swing and a miss.
Owen has worked himself into our number 2 starter role. He's got really good stuff.
He played for his dad at Eastside. They were the runners-up in 2A 2 years ago.
We broadcasted their game.
We did.
I'm actually really close with Aaron Willard. We talk a lot. I love that man. It's a great family.
Curveball smacked up the middle for a base hit, and Crawfordsville has a run in every inning. And how about this for Patton, the number 8 hitter? He's got 3 runs batted in 2 at-bats.
That's a good day. Gotta love it.
So make it 7-1 Athenians.
This Crawfordsville lineup is just relentless. They got a lot of depth in that lineup. I mean, you get toward the end, and pitchers sometimes you relax. You want to relax, but you just can't with these guys because they fight. They put the bat on the ball. They make it tough to get themselves out.
And Weimer, we're seeing their number 2 pitcher today. So in other words, if they got an arm better than him, they're going to be okay.
No kidding.
So here's Farley. Farley struck out looking, made a nice play in center field to start the game defensively for the Athenians. Puts the bunt down. 1 play. First base. Miller makes it. Farley gets a successful sacrifice. 1 away.
Outstanding job there by Dylan Farley getting the bunt down. It's a great team at bat there. Sacrifice bunt. Now he lets the top of his lineup try to get another run in.
Dowell reached and scored on an error his last time up. Check swing grounder back to the pitcher time before that, but a good sign when your leadoff hitter is batting for a 3rd time in the 3rd inning.
Yes, it is.
Curveball just missed. Coach O'Neill talked about the movement that Miller's had on that curveball, and you've seen that so far. Dowell timed that one just foul, just missed it. He was sitting on that one, count it 1-1.
I really like the hitterish tendencies of Bryce Dowell. That first pitch that he took, that curveball, the take was just really nice. He wasn't fooled by it at all. He stayed right on it, and then he tried to breaking ball again, and he ripped it down the line. Let's see how this back concludes for Bryce Dowell.
Comes back with the fastball and smacked it. Center fielder, though, is there. That's Skinner. You're right, it was great contact.
Yes, it was.
It was also good thinking of the game. So the thought process was after the second out, if you're Dow, you're thinking, okay, I've seen curveball, straight one's coming this time through. Be ready for it.
And that's what I'm saying. He's got really good hitterish tendencies, right? Get thoughts up there. It's just a really good leadoff man.
So here's Moats. Single twice, scored once. Third baseman. Smacks this one. Third baseman DiBenedetto couldn't make the diving effort. Ball into left field. They're going to hold the runner. Throw comes up the line, so Moats wisely advances on to second base. Again, you're seeing all the little things done well by Crawfordsville. Not to mention the big thing, like tearing the cover off the ball. Runners at second and third.
It's a tremendous base running play there by Wyatt Motes. He sees where that cutoff throw is going, and he's able to advance from first to second, and that's big because you get a big hit here, you get an additional run.
So here's Hall. Sacrifice fly RBI his last time up. Fielder's choice and a run scored back in the first. Outfielder starting to shade the lefty to pull, and he chased one above his eyes that time, did Hall. You tend to see righties go for that more than lefties, but Hall tried to hack that one down the right field line. This one much more in his hitting zone. Second baseman slides over, steps and throws. That is the end of the inning. Crawfordsville does strand two, but they do score another. Their lead is now 7-1 through 2.5, presented by Endeavor Communications. You're watching on the ISC Sports Network.
The ISC Sports Network is your home for sports content across the Hoosier State. Find us live on TV and streaming or archived on our website and our app. The ISC is your one-stop shop for the content you want to see, including high school sports, college sports, and other great events throughout the year. Subscribe to our streaming service and get access to it all. ISC, local lives here.
Top of the lineup rolls back through for Danville here in the home half of the third. Greg Rakestraw, Chris Walker with you on the ISC Sports Network. Weimer, again pitching with a 6-run lead. Has allowed 3 hits in the first 9 batters he's faced. Coach O'Neill there on your screen for Danville. Always enjoy catching up with Pat. We'll be back here one more time. Scheduled to return for another Sagamore Conference matchup against the Bruins of Tri-West, the huge rivalry game for Danville. That is on Tuesday, May 9th.
Right down the street or so, right? About 10 miles or so.
State Road 39, you know it has reached the level of importance where they refer to each other as Ohio State and Michigan. And not by name, but the school to the north and the school from the south. They try not to mention each other by name when given the opportunity. Now, normally that's a little 6 or 7 minute jaunt. Some construction on State Road 39 has kind of changed that a little bit.
It got me.
Got me on the way down.
Yeah.
We always enjoy our trips to Danville, thanks to Amy Harmey, the athletic director, for having us here at Danville. But there also sometimes is no good way to get here. It's kind of the case this afternoon.
Correct.
Because usually State Road 39 is like the way I avoid Rockville Road. Couldn't do that today.
And for me, I have a couple ways I can come down 65, or I take 231 and come 74. I did that today.
That's the way to do it.
I got beat up by 231, though. There's some construction there, so that hurt me.
Weimer hit the bull on that one.
Yes, he did.
Well, smacked it last time up. Hit one that Farley made a leaping catch on in center field. Wells now 4 for 13 on the season. Second trip through the lineup. This one hopped to home plate, 2-0 the count. And we've had the pleasure of broadcasting football, girls soccer, boys soccer, girls basketball, boys basketball, and now baseball this academic calendar year here from Danville. Fastball, sky high pop up. If it ever comes down, second baseman has a beat on it. He's got it, and there's one away.
Yeah, Walsh just missed that pitch, got under it, and you see, I mean, he hit a major league fly ball, but just missed it.
Will Woolsey is the DH. He struck out his first time up. Now 2 of 5 on the season.
See if Weimer tries to paint that outside corner again on him.
He did, but
he tried.
Ball kind of tailed away on him. 1-0 the count.
Woolsey took a few good swings in that first at-bat, so he can hit that ball that way.
High hopper, first baseman again, lost it in the sun.
Yes, he did.
That'll be a base hit.
Tell you what, man, Danville this time of day, that's, you know, you want to play first base or right field with a catcher's mask on just in case, protect your face, man.
You were a left fielder by trade, right?
Center field, left field, yes, sir.
I was a first baseman, trust me. I've been thinking that the entire game. I'm upset that I'm not out there in that spot today. Swing and a miss. When I was a kid, that was the way that our high school field was oriented until it got moved when I was in high school.
Gotcha.
So I had 2 years of dealing with that at first base. In my junior year, we were bingo longs traveling all-stars. We did not have a home field my junior year, so every game was a road game.
That's tough.
Yep. And senior year got to break in a field that is celebrating its 30th season as we speak. Hits the inside corner on Skinner.
Well, it worked out for you. The situation was kind of similar for my son Jacob. His last year at Lafayette Jeff, they were supposed to play all home games.
Yeah.
So the new field would be built, but he didn't get a chance to play on that.
Swing and a miss. Foul tip back into the mitt.
Good pitch.
Strikeout. Third one thrown by Weimer. He's had one each inning. Now 2 away. Take a look.
It's a really good pitch there.
His fastball location's been pretty impressive.
Yes, it has.
He has put it where he's wanted to. Here's Warner. Fly ball to center field. Lashes this one to left center. That could be extra bases. That might just score a run. Woolsey huffing around second, gets to third, gets the wave around. They're going to throw. Is going to come to third. If they tag him, they do. And they got him, I think, before he hit home plate.
I don't think that run's going to count.
No.
Yeah,
no, he's going to. I think he's going to say safe that he missed the tag. Let's see.
No, he's out at third.
Yeah, he's out at third, and the run does not count.
That's correct.
Right.
And that is the right call because he did not get to the plate before that tag was made.
Agreed. So I was just trying to read the umpire's signal. Let's see again, I thought the tag definitively got him.
Yep.
It did. He's out. And again, I can tell you that basically as he's tagged at third, Woolsey was about 2 steps from hitting home plate. So that was properly adjudicated. No runs scored. We played 3, 7-1. Danville trades Crawfordsville here on the ISC Sports Network.
It's time to supercharge your internet with ridiculous speeds up to 1 gig from Endeavor. Get ready for high gear downloads that power buffer-free streaming, gaming, sharing, and surfing. And fire up all your devices at once with reliable speeds amplified by the latest Wi-Fi equipment. Get on the fast track to a powerful online experience. Contact Endeavor and supercharge your internet today.
There's Jacob Peterson, the home plate umpire, and again, the signal might have been a little confusing, but he got the call right, and he was absolutely spot on again, folks, to explain. If the tag is made of the runner at third base before the runner touches home plate, run does not count. If the runner had touched home plate before the tag is applied, run scores, and then that's the third out of the inning. And he was absolutely right. That tag was applied about 2 steps before Woolsey got to home plate.
I want to give Mr. Peterson, the home plate umpire, a lot of credit. We have a perfect view of everything that took place there. He did a tremendous job of positioning himself to make sure he could see both of those plays happen. And he definitely got this call right. It was just done really well. And so what I would say the coaching part of that situation for me is, and I'm not going to accuse a base runner of letting up, but in that situation, you have to run hard at all times. You can rest when you get in the dugout, but you cannot take for granted that you're just going to score.
Now, great job by our crew. What you saw in those 2 frames, that's simultaneously what happened. So as the tag was applied at third base, you can see that Woolsey was a couple of steps from home plate. Mm-hmm. So good job by our crew as well to show that to you. Smacked, knocked down. Good hop by DiBenedetto. Great throw by the third baseman. And Corsi is retired for the first time today, and frankly, given his average, one of the first times all season.
Okay. It's a good play by Benedetto. He knocks it down, but this is his home field. He knows what he has to do. Gets up, makes a strong throw over to first base for the first down.
He's had a couple of balls that he's misplayed at third, but you can see why he is at third because that arm is top-notch. Here's Weimer. Weimer and Aaron, a run scored back in the first, and a fly ball to center.
You know, when you play the hot corner, you have time to do that. That ball gets on you pretty quickly. Sometimes you just got to take it off the chest, pick it up, and fire it over to first base.
Lifted foul. That'll just clear the dugout down the first baseline. So the count at 1-2. Danville trying to hold Crawfordsville without a run for the first time in today's second conference match in as many days. Lifted foul. And again, this league has adopted what so many other leagues have done, and that is kind of a Tuesday, Wednesday slate. Home in the team's reverse locations. And if you get rained out, you just play a doubleheader the next day at that location.
I like it.
Swing and a miss.
Good pitch.
Good job by Wenzel to not let that hit the ground. That's a straight strikeout, no throw needed. 2 away, and it's also the first time that Miller has retired the first 2 batters of an inning today.
It's a really good off-speed pitch there by Miller. Had Weimer way out in front.
So here's Underwood. Underwood, an RBI single. First time up. Second baseman, diving effort,
nice.
knocks it down, spins, turns,
Nice.
throws, got him. And for the first time, either side today has retired in order. We'll take a look at this on the way out the door. We're halfway through in Danville. Crawfordsville maintains a 7-1 lead on the ISC Sports Network.
Again?
Tortured by technology? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with Speed Geeks. Our Speed Geeks are expert technicians ready to rescue you from technology troubles. Our experts are here to get and keep your Wi-Fi running properly. We'll even make sure all of your devices stay connected. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications, technology for real people.
Welcome back on the ISC Sports Network. All of our games here in Hendricks County, Putnam County, and West Central Indiana, presented by our friends at Endeavor Communications, where we believe in investing in our local communities and striving to make life better for all. Another way that Endeavor is helping rural communities succeed. Understand that having access to reliable internet can make a world of difference, and we're here to provide solutions that you need. Cheer on your favorite teams and stay connected with our high-speed internet. For more information, visit weendeavor.com. So for Danville, Miller, Wenzel, DiBenedetto, the trio of batters due up 5, 6, and 7. Crawfordsville trying to run their record to 7-2, 4-0 against schools from the state of Indiana, and 2-0 in Sagamore Conference play.
California love.
Which was made well before any of these kids were born.
No kidding.
Yeah. Well, while you and I were in college, yes.
That was, what, 95, 96?
You nailed it.
Because I went through several renditions of that double CD, throwing them out my window after bad games.
Great job by the third baseman to cut off the shortstop. And again, we have said this refrain numerous times. All the little things, Crawfordsville showcasing them in this game.
Yeah, just really fundamentally sound. Third baseman's being aggressive. If you can get to the ball, you take it. And he's kind of partially over to first base anyway. Makes a nice play there for the first out.
It's a much tougher play if the shortstop makes that more than the third baseman.
Yes, it is.
And again, you know on this surface you can get a true hop. Here's Wenzel, singled his last time up. So far a hit in each inning for Danville, but just the one run to show for it. Athenians for a strike. Wenzel's base hit, just his second of the season earlier in the game.
Yeah, I didn't realize this game's 7-1, but this Danville team, they do some things right. They're going to be just fine.
Smacked foul. And your point is well made. It is so early in the season. Now, the baseball season goes quickly.
It does.
You're playing postseason baseball by the week before Memorial Day. 1-2. 48-footer on that one.
I'm sure A.J. Hall has really enjoyed that one.
Curveball misses high.
I think Weimer tried to overthrow that breaking ball there. Left it high. Good swing.
Line drive and shortstop. You don't have time in that scenario to kind of slide over and get that. You got to try to backhand it, and it goes all the way to the wall. That could turn into 3.
Wow.
And it will. So either that's a one-hop 6-3 put-out, or it's a 3-bagger.
That's right.
And again, probably you could technically say that's an error, but on a ball hit
I'm
that
giving
hard,
him a triple.
I'm not.
That's right.
I'm not going to fault the shortstop on that because again, you don't have time to slide and
No,
get in
you
front of it.
don't.
You've got to short hop that one.
That's right.
And again, on this field, you feel better about doing it.
Yep. It's kind of a do or die play there. That ball smoked. But what was even more impressive was that was your catcher running there. He can really move.
And they will pull him so he can go get ready. So DiBenedetto. And again, Crawfordsville will give the run if they can get a ground ball out. So the infield alignment remains back. DiBenedetto with a fly ball to right field. The right fielder lost in the sun his last time up.
Tell you what, if my catcher Wenzel runs like that, I think I would leave him on the base until there's 2 outs, then I'll let him go off.
And I've seen some schools do that.
Yeah.
Line drive foul. Frankly, for our friends at 9-Star, and you'll see the replays all week long on IHSAA, I did Yorktown and New Pal last night, and that's how they handled it. They would leave their catcher on until there were 2 outs.
Yeah.
And they would bring him back to get the gear on and get ready for the next inning. Outside corner strike, and count now goes to 1-2.
What I don't know is, do you have to do it with 2 outs? Because obviously that's a kind of a pace of play type rule, but I don't know if you absolutely have to courtesy run for your pitcher.
I don't think you do. I could be wrong. Runner's going to tag here. Center fielder and Farley's got it. Runner will come towards home. Farley's throw up the line and not in time. Sacrifice fly. Courtesy runner scores, and it's now 7-2. Give DiBenedetto his first RBI of the season.
Yep, very good, productive at bat there by Chris Benedetto. Gets himself an RBI. Makes the score 7-2 Crawfordsville.
So this was Gross's spot in the lineup, but there will be a pinch hitter. And it's coming up here.
And my guess is you'll probably see Gross re-enter to go play defense. He made a spectacular play to end the last half inning.
So this is Ben Carr. Carr, a young man that is going to play college baseball next year. Going to play up at Cornerstone in Michigan. And his first at bat of the game. First pitch swing and sends that one foul.
He and his family better have some parkas in, buddy.
Have you seen how good that facility is up there?
No, I haven't.
Oh, it's ridiculously good. Tremendous place to play baseball. But yes, it can get cold up there in March and April. I was thinking about that on the way out today. We did a doubleheader here a couple of years ago against North Montgomery for Danville.
Yes.
And I'm thinking it's mid-April. You never know what you're going to get. It's 80 degrees here today. 2 years ago, we played a doubleheader because it snowed the day before. Welcome to Indiana.
Yes, sir.
Line drive knocked down. There's a play here. Second baseman's got it. Throws to first. Just your average 1-4-3 putout, and the inning is over. Well, Carr smoked it, but Weimer did a good job of just getting the glove down to knock it down. Triple does lead to a run. It's now 7-2 through 4 on the ISC Sports Network.
It's time to supercharge your internet with ridiculous speeds up to 1 gig from Endeavor. Get ready for high gear downloads that power buffer-free streaming, gaming, sharing, and surfing. And fire up all your devices at once with reliable speeds amplified by the latest Wi-Fi equipment. Get on the fast track to a powerful online experience. Contact Endeavor and supercharge your internet today.
Second day in a row, these two teams get together. If they see each other again, it would be the postseason. They are part of the same sectional. Crawfordsville, Danville, Lebanon, Monrovia, Tri-West, and Western Boone, comprising sectional 25 in the 3A classifications. Wenzel is back in the game behind home plate. Miller on for his 5th inning of work.
It also looks like Gross went back out to second base.
That's correct.
Greg, I don't want to jinx us here, but I could be wrong. Check your scorebook. Has there been a walk in this baseball game today?
There's about to be.
Just because I said that.
But in the words of Ed McMahon, you are correct, sir.
Wow. That's impressive.
So, of course, he's going to see 4 straight balls, guaranteed. He tripled last time up and scored. And into a fielder's choice did Corsi as well, his first plate appearance. Ground ball, 1 hopper. Shortstop fields and fires. Warner His long frame, no problem, one down. And now Miller has retired the last 5 batters he's faced. Here comes Patton to the plate.
Nice job there by Williams. Can't remember Danville's shortstop last year. I really liked him.
Caden Whitehead.
Oh, there
I
you
believe.
go. You're right on.
Playing at IU Kokomo.
I really liked his defensive actions, and he could swing the bat. He was a really good player. It's fun to watch.
How about that for a memory pull, by the
No
way?
kidding. Man.
Synapse is fired properly for once. Fly ball center field. Skinner's got it. There's 2 down. And one of my other talented broadcast partners get hung up on the difference in synopsis and synapses on a broadcast a couple of weeks ago. He didn't go to Purdue like you did.
Because we also did Danville. Was that at Brebeuf in the playoffs?
We did Danville and Greencastle 2 years ago at Brebeuf in the playoffs.
Yes, yes.
And I remember Brody Whitaker of Greencastle playing in that game, and now plays basketball at Marion University that we see on the ISC Sports Network. Farley, a sacrifice bunt and a strikeout. Liner.
Good swing.
Warner couldn't pick it. Base hit. Not bad for your number 9 hole hitter, right?
No, it really isn't.
So that's the first base runner since the top of the 3rd for Crawfordsville. And now Dowell will start a 4th trip through the lineup for the Athenians. I bring up Brody Whitaker in that game because Brody was hitting like 600 something at the end of the season. I'm like, you sure basketball's the right sport for you?
No kidding. No kidding.
Then again, he is the all-time leading scorer in the history of Putnam County high school basketball. Or all-time leading scorer in Greencastle, not Putnam County.
It's impressive.
Yep. There's a couple of guys at Cloverdale that ran that number pretty darn high. And Cooper Neese and Jalen Moore, that both of them just finished up their college basketball careers this past year at Indiana State and Oakland, respectively.
What we call those guys around my way, bucket getters.
That's just protect the runner. Tag applied. Got him. Yep. The hopper. Wenzel throws it down to second base, and the inning is over. So a caught stealing for the first time today. We are now through 4.5 in Danville. Song remains 7-2 in favor of Crawfordsville here on the ISC Sports Network.
Want lightning fast internet speeds? Choose Endeavor. Go from slow to whoa. From last to fast. And wait to great. Endeavor Communications is bringing the fastest internet speed in Indiana to your town, so you can download huge files in a flash, stream videos at blazing speeds, and game online faster than you thought possible. Think fast and contact Endeavor Communications today at join.weendeavor.com.
As Weimer is on for his 5th inning of work for Crawfordsville, let's thank our buddy Mark Gallion and the National Scouting Report. You only have one chance at the recruiting process. Don't waste it. National Scouting Report is dedicated to finding scholarship opportunities for athletes who possess the talent, desire, and motivation to compete at the collegiate level. Give Mark a call at 317-339-6721 or email Mark mgallion, that's Galyean, at nsr-inc.com. So for Danville, 9-1-2 due up this time through. Coming up on Sunday on the ISC Sports Network. Be sure to check out the HBCA All-Star Games. That is the Southern Indiana All-Star Games. We do get some players from this area. I know Indian Creek, Greencastle, Columbus East, Columbus North. Amongst those, all will have players in the game. Game is live from North Davies High School. Kurt Darling and Rob Moorhead will have the action for you. A little after 2 at the girls' game. Boys' game at 4. It's a free stream on ISCSportsNetwork.com and ISC's social media channels. Neffendorf at the plate. Swings through and misses. Into an inning-ending fielder's choice. Did Brandon back in the 2nd.
Tough pitch there.
Second verse, same as the first, 0-2. And Neffendorf put down what he thought was the safety squeeze on the bunt his last time up, and the courtesy runner in for Wenzel kind of got caught in the middle and turned into an inning-ending double play. 1-2.
I'm smelling some buttery popcorn. It's got my stomach turning, buddy.
You know, you've got time to go down and grab some of that during the half an inning.
I am a popcorn connoisseur.
See, I can never enjoy it during the game because I'm worried about it getting stuck in the teeth.
I hear you. But you know what?
But it does smell like a movie theater up here right now.
It does.
I'm with you. And the count has gone from 0-2 to 3-2.
I'd like to know what Weimer's velo is, man. That ball's getting there in a hurry.
Maybe low to mid-80s, you would think?
I would guess. Saw a gentleman down there with a pocket radar earlier.
Liner, first baseman, never moved. Base hit. So the leadoff man is aboard. That is the second time tonight. Last time Danville did that, he would come around to score. So Ethan Walls, 0 for 2. Hit it well the first time.
We've talked about it quite a bit with Crawfordsville, but give Danville some credit here, man. Guys at the bottom of the lineup getting the job done. It's a really good piece of hitting by your 9-hitter. Walls just missed a ball his last at-bat, hit a major league fly ball to second base.
Sizable lead at first.
Very big lead.
And Weimer's got a pretty good move, pretty compact delivery. He always throws out of the stretch, so he's...
That leads... You better be careful over
right.
there.
It's a lead that can get you in trouble. Hop to home plate. Runner going to try to advance. Throw will not be in time. Hall couldn't pick it cleanly. Wild pitch and runner at second.
Nothing Hall could do on that one. Just great job keeping that ball in front so he can't advance from first to third. Tries to throw it on the road, on the run, showing some athleticism, but just not in time.
Curveball, a beauty. It's probably been about 75% fastball, if not more.
Really has. It's heavy on the fastball today.
And if you can locate it, nothing wrong with that, especially if you've been playing from ahead as he has done the entire day. That one tails out of the zone.
There are a lot of guys that would tell you, Greg, the best pitch in baseball is a well-located fastball.
Yep. There's a well-located fastball right there.
Yes, it was.
After throwing back-to-back off-speed, again, it's the little things. You know, the pitch strategy, you go outside off-speed, back-to-back pitches.
Yep.
You bust a guy in his hands with the inside fastball.
Nothing you can do on that.
Well done. 2-2. It comes back fastball, middle of the plate. And that one topped foul.
Now as a hitter, you just don't know what to think. 2-2 count, and I see it in college baseball all the time. This is a big-time breaking ball count. You see it a lot. But Weimer, like you said earlier, has been heavy on the fastball today. He may just go straight fastball here. Breaking ball.
He brought it. Yep.
Oh, yep.
Change the speed and got him.
Yep.
That's strikeout number 4 for Weimer so far. Take a look.
It's really good pitching there.
There's Woolsey. Singled his last time up. And he was just a step or two from crossing home plate when a third out of the inning was recorded at third base. It would have gotten Danville 1 run closer. Curveball, a beauty. And if you're Weimer, maybe you're trying to mix it up now. This is the third time these guys have seen. You say, okay, if I've been throwing primarily fastball, now I'll come back with the breaking stuff, the off speed. Follows up with a fastball, and Woolsey was not close to it. 1-2.
You know, it also appears to me that Weimer has a couple of different breaking balls because earlier in the game when he threw it, he was throwing a lot harder. The 2 pitches ago was a more soft breaking ball, and it was really nasty.
Just tailed the fastball away that time. 2-2 the count. Strike 3, outside corner.
Just really good pitching there by Waymer. Paints the corner. It's just a really tough pitch to get to as a hitter, but, I mean, it's way too close to take. With 2 strikes.
And this has been said a lot over the years. Crawford's looking tough to beat. Pretty good team they put together this year. There's Skinner.
Kind of like what you were saying earlier, man. If this is their number 2 guy, I want to see what their number 1 looks like.
Skinner tripled in his first plate appearance. Struck out last time up. Good discipline to lay off that one. And his father, Brian, was honored on this Veterans Night by throwing out the first pitch. Brian served in both the Marine Corps and the United States Army. This one smacked foul.
Tell you what, man, go back to that last play by A.J. Hall back behind the plate. Both catchers, Hall and Wenzel, have been really good behind the plate today.
Yep.
We have not seen very many balls get to the backstop.
3-1. Well, as you pointed out, beginning of the last inning, there has not been a walk issued in tonight's game. There's frankly been very few 3-1 counts in tonight's game.
That's true.
Which is why Skinner was thinking he'd see a pitch to hit, even if it was elevated. He was thinking he'd see something around the zone, and the count runs full now.
That's that pitch that's tough to lay off of, and it's even tougher to hit.
Yep. And chased another one, bailed him out on that time. So after giving up the single, 3 straight strikeouts, and we're on to the top of the 6th. Athenians with a 5-run cushion here on the ISC Sports Network.
Again?
Tortured by technology? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with Speed Geeks. Our Speed Geeks are expert technicians ready to rescue you from technology troubles. Our experts are here to get and keep your Wi-Fi running properly. We'll even make sure all of your devices stay connected. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications, technology for real people.
Welcome back on the ISC Sports Network. Crawfordsville did most of their damage early in this game. 4 in the first, 2 in the second, and 1 in the third. If nothing else, Cole Miller's doing a good job of eating innings. And again, let's point out, you see the line score there, 7 runs, 10 hits. Crawfordsville has smacked the ball around pretty good. But of the runs allowed by Miller, only 2 have been earned. A couple of poorly timed errors from the Danville perspective have changed the way this game looks.
Well, you take that first inning away, and you have a totally different baseball game here.
So for Crawfordsville, Dowell was at the plate when Farley was thrown out trying to steal second and get in scoring position with 2 down. So the top of the lineup will roll through here for Crawfordsville. We got one more Danville telecast for you this spring. Weather permitting, we'll be back here for their rivalry game with Tri-West coming up on Tuesday, May 9th. So yesterday you were at Valparaiso watching some college baseball. Where are you going this weekend?
They will be in Fort Wayne, actually. They'll be home series against Milwaukee. And the word is that Milwaukee may have the best pitching staff in the conference. And so a lot of hard throwers on Milwaukee, so we'll see.
So Dow at the plate. 1 hot. Shortstop's got it. Knows he can take his time and got him by a step. That's Williams. And again, Williams not in the batting lineup. That's whom Woolsey is hitting for. So he has to do all of his work in the field for us to mention him. And there's 1 down. Here's Moats.
Well, folks, Wyatt Moats came into the game hitting .452. And he is 3 for 3 right now. Make that 4 for 4.
4 for 4.
Man.
All singles.
That makes for an easy ride home with the head coach when your dad is the head coach.
Yeah, so when you share the last name as the head coach. Not much that coach or dad can say if you're 4 for 4 going home.
That's right. You tell him, Dad, be quiet. I don't want to hear anything from you.
Should have pulled one of those, son. Should have been an extra base hit there. That's the way the dad conversation normally goes. need mom to intercede on your behalf.
There
usually.
you go. That's it.
So here's Hall. Ground ball to second base his last time up. Sails high. Hall scored back in the first, has an RBI sacrifice fly to his credit as well. Throw back, and it was close.
Yes, it was.
And pitchers, you want to throw that ball at the bag and on the fair side of it.
Yep.
Lead the first baseman's mitt to slap tag the runner sliding back. Yep. Both pitchers had a good move today.
I agree.
Sails away high. I want to thank Coach O'Neill for the free lid that I got today being here for the game.
Yeah.
I'm amazed they had one in my size. It's officially listed as bucket head. That's in there for a strike, 1 and 2. I said, I'm the reason why those hat companies say one size fits most.
So you have the Barry Bonds after HGH head or what?
Yeah, that was. Mine's all chicken wings. That one misses foul, 1 and 2 the count. My hat size is the same as the number the young man's wearing at home plate. 8. Throw back and diving back in time.
I had a buddy in high school on freshman year double session football. We did not have a helmet to fit him. He had to wear a helmet the first day, and he pulled it off, and his forehead was all scabbed up because the poor thing, his head was just throbbing.
Hall launches that one to center field for a base hit. Staying at second base will be Moats. Hall has his first base hit of the day.
Good swing there. A.J. Hall to go along with the exceptional defense he's played behind the plate today.
Resto will come in and run as Hall, the catcher, will get the gear back on. And Crawfordsville brought 12 today. No DH being used. They're batting their 9. Had a couple different players get a little bit of run in terms of on the base paths. These two schools are playing a JV game at Crawfordsville as we speak. This one hopped to home plate. Of course, a pair of singles and a run scored.
I wonder how many players Crawfordsville has at the JV game today.
I'm going to venture at least 9. Fouled straight back. Count it 1 and 1.
Some of the baseball numbers are kind of scary, though.
I think these two schools, you don't worry. You know, that's not as big of a concern as you'd have at some other ones. But yeah, you get to 1 and 2A JV games are almost rare at this point.
Yep.
I believe my one alma mater is fielding a JV team this year, and that's in part because of their recent success they've had. That numbers aren't a problem there. 2 and 1 the count, but there was not a JV team my entire 4 years of high school.
Wow.
And that time, the runner at second base tried to catch the pitcher napping and does sneak in. Well, Miller wasn't paying him much attention. And the runner made it to third base. Coach O'Neill is going to have a conversation with the second base umpire. We'll get a good look at it here.
I'll tell you what, give Wyatt Moats some credit as well to hook that base to stay on it, because you see a lot of times, I see it at Lowe Stadium at the Lafayette Jeff High School field all the time. People slide by the base. And actually, we do it a lot as a home team, which I think is completely unacceptable, but got to be careful you hook that base on this turf.
By the way, our replay indicates I thought he was safe as well. Let's take one more look. And again, I thought, even though whether on purpose or inadvertently, the foot of DiBenedetto almost kind of blocked the bag, I thought that Moats got his hand on the bag in time.
Yep.
So Moats with the read off of Miller. Middle infield hasn't moved in yet. And frankly, at this point, you need to with runners at second and third.
Yep.
And now they do. Yep. After one pitch, they're coming in now. Count it 3 and 1. Good job to tie him up that time.
It was.
Full count. Ball forward, that got away from the catcher. Moats is hustling and easily scampers home. So ball 4 and a wild pitch. Make it 8-2 Crawfordsville.
Our first walk.
So Weimer now will come to the plate. And you're an extra base hit away for starting to think about run rule territory going to the bottom of the 6th inning.
Thinking that, you're right.
Weimer looking for his first base hit. Now he reached an error and scored back in the first. Certainly has done his job on the mound. So let's see how active Corsi's going to be with the number 5 hitter at the plate. The batters 2, 3, and 4 have all reached this inning. Catcher tried to frame that, but that was low.
Yes, sir.
1-0. Now the runner goes.
Oh.
And Weimer hit that one to a land far away. 1-1 the count.
Just a little bit out in front of that one.
Corsi has the lone home run hit by Crawfordsville so far this year. This is game 9 for them.
You can tell by the way Corsi sets up that he's trying to turn and burn on the ball, kind of get those hips turned and get through so he can pound one off that scoreboard.
Good job by Warner to hang with that one. Again, he's still fighting that sun as Warner. First baseman wearing the shades, looking back that direction. Cannot thank our ISC Sports Network crew enough. Great job putting this one together today. Hop to home plate, no advance. Vince Morales, Alex Laverne, David Kahn. Thanks to Elijah Mash. Our Alan Parsons Project Eye in the Sky is Rob Lynch.
He's way up
and
there today.
Sean Walker down the first base line. It's in for a strike. 2-2. Of course, he goes with 2 strikes. Widen his lead a little bit. He stays. Weimer swings and swings atop that one foul. We'll do it again at 2-2. We talked about this earlier, but love this facility.
Yes,
Great
sir.
place to watch a baseball game, play a baseball game.
Talk baseball.
Yep. Curveball, got him. Yep.
Great pitch.
And Weimer will file that away. Said, okay, try to throw that one, go the other direction in the bottom of the half of the inning, and there's 2 down.
That's right.
It's the second time he has been a strikeout victim.
Been a very well umpired game.
Yes,
today.
it has been, absolutely. Third strikeout, by the way, for Miller. So here's Underwood, 1 for 3. Just missed a little below. Underwood, a ground ball to third base and a ground ball to second base in his last 2 plate appearances. Underwood, a senior. Stitch count on that one, 2-0. Underwood reaches, then Jude Corsi awaits on deck. Swing and a miss.
Wonder what the pitch count is for both of these pitchers.
I would assume that Miller's kind of in that 100 range right now.
Think that high?
Well, because this is the 4th trip to the lineup. So that would be my thought as to why that's the case. You're right, he's not had many 2 or 3 ball counts. Foul tip back in the mid. 2-2.
97 is the number. Man, you're right on it, Greg. Huh.
I could take my skills to the county fair here coming up in a couple of months. And the count runs full now at 3-2. So runner at first gets a head start here with 2 outs in the inning. Foul ball. Shadows starting to creep across the diamond here at Danville. Swing and a miss.
Great
Got him.
pitch.
So back-to-back strikeouts, and this game will go the distance. In other words, if you're Danville, you got 6 outs to make up 6 runs. 8-2 to the home half of the 6th we go on the ISC Sports Network.
It's time to supercharge your internet with ridiculous speeds up to 1 gig from Endeavor. Get ready for high gear downloads that power buffer-free streaming, gaming, sharing, and surfing. And fire up all your devices at once with reliable speeds amplified by the latest Wi-Fi equipment. Get on the fast track to a powerful online experience. Contact Endeavor and supercharge your internet today.
Part of the lineup coming up through for Coach O'Neill's team. Now that is a beauty shot right there. And yes, that's how I put our camera position to give you the angles that we like to get for our broadcast. So thanks to our friends from McAllister Rentals. We just kind of take possession of a couple of lifts for about 2 months this time of year. And so normally they are deposited at Marion University, because last week we had a Marion softball doubleheader and a Marion baseball doubleheader. So the guys from McAllister's had to move the lifts from Marion to here today, and at some point next week they'll go back, because we've got a pair of Marion softball games coming up towards the end of the month. The Marion softball team is now 28-2.
So they're decent. So they're pretty decent.
Not bad. It is their second best winning streak they've had in a while, because they started a season 50-0 a handful of years ago. Scott Fleming, their head coach. And that team, with the exception of one player, are all Indiana kids.
Wow.
Play on that team. So here's Warner. He had the double, was thrown out trying to make it a triple his last time up. And Warner does not look like a sophomore, does he?
No, he does not.
In other words, he's got some potential to play this game past this level. We saw him as a freshman get some playing time last year for the Warriors. And Weimer now in his 6th inning. There is some bullpen activity starting for Danville. And Danville, after cramming in 5 games the last week, they'll get some downtime.
Well-deserved downtime.
Crawfordsville will play. I think it's really, really neat that they're going to play some teams that are very well thought of in the northern half of the state. In Norwell, a perennial state finals contender. I had the pleasure of calling their state championship when Jared Parker had just been drafted in the first round by the Diamondbacks. As Warner punches a hole in the sky on this one. Third baseman catches it. And there's one away.
I tell you, Greg, state of Indiana has an opportunity to have a couple kids potentially be first-round draft picks or really high draft picks this year. And Max Clark, who most likely will be a top 10 overall. But I'm telling you, Andrew Wiggins is unbelievable.
From Heritage Christian.
Yes, and so, I mean, this state is really producing some baseball players.
Well, Max Preps, going into the season, had both the top baseball prospect and the top softball prospect in the nation from Indiana.
And you and I saw Keegan Rothrock a couple years ago in the playoffs. Remember that?
Well, that's one of my favorite high school sporting events of the last few years, and there's some symbolism behind it. As Miller's at the plate and Canada's at 1-1. So that was at the end of the 2021 season. And by the time we got to the spring of 21, because it was outdoor sports, a lot of the COVID numbers have been going down, and kind of the restrictions had been let off. But that was kind of the first, hey, we're all here together at one time, and this is going to be okay, event of that year. I get goosebumps just talking about it.
It was so impressive.
Miller swings and misses. Catcher will throw through and put it on the proper side of the bag for Dow to make the play, and there's 2 down as Miller is a strikeout victim. He's now 1 for 3, and there's 2 down. And again, for those of them, and our friends at 9 Star will have Carmel and New Pal softball Friday, so I'll be there on Friday night. It's an all-turf field. They've got a berm in the outfield. They've got about 1,000 seats, and I would guess there's about 2,000 people at that facility that night.
Easily.
It was like being in a minor league ballpark.
Easily.
It was really cool.
It was so much fun.
Oh, and by the way, Roncalli visits New Pal May 3rd, and I'll be there for that one, too.
Oh.
So if you're free on Wednesday, May 3rd.
Yes, those young ladies really played some softball. That's awesome.
Go to New Pal. Keegan's going to play at Florida. I know there's a young lady from Tri-West that ought to be the second best pitcher in the state. Is going to pitch at Oklahoma.
Wow.
Another young lady named Malone Moore, who has reset records at Beach Grove at the 3A level. They're really good this year. So the softball talent in this state is pretty ridiculous.
That's awesome.
Swing and a miss. Here's Wenzel. Yeah, Roncalli got beat this weekend, which catches your attention.
It does.
Since they've won the last couple of state championships.
All right. Who beat him?
I got to look that up, 1-1. We had a bunch of really good high school softball on ISC on Saturday. The Horseshoe Classic, the Pendleton Heights hosts every year. Lake Central, Pendleton Heights, Center Grove, Chesterton, Jennings County, and Decatur Central. 1-2 the count. Wenzel trying to extend his day because he has singled and tripled and scored a run as the catcher. It's been his best offensive day of the season. Last 5 batters have been retired by Weimer, who could be looking for the complete game next inning.
Oh,
swing and a miss. Can't tag him. They'll throw on to first base, and the throw got away. So, just still 2 outs. So it is a strikeout, but the inning will continue. And that was just Hall.
He just kind of short-armed it, right? I mean,
and I'm sure he sees that the first baseman's kind of wincing and trying to avoid the sun. You're trying to just kind of spot that one and didn't throw it.
He's been good all day.
So here's DiBenedetto. Sacrifice fly to center field. He's flown out twice. Now, again, one of those was an error on the right fielder. Fastball that got away from the catcher. Pull out a pass ball. Activity in the bullpen has stopped for Danville.
I would assume you'll see a new pitcher that next inning.
Taken all the way was DiBenedetto. That's in for a strike. Benno that time was kind of stepping in the bucket on that one.
Yes, he was.
And that's the baseball term for when that, if you're a right-hander, your left foot's almost pointed towards the third base coach. You were swinging, but not exactly committed to it. And the count at 2-2. Curveball. Summarize that one to second base, and that is the end of the inning. So the K and Wild pitch does not come back to bother Crawfordsville. To the top of the 7th we go. 8-2 Athenians lead it on the ISC Sports Network.
It's time to supercharge your internet with ridiculous speeds up to 1 gig from Endeavor. Get ready for high gear downloads that power buffer-free streaming, gaming, sharing, and surfing. And fire up all your devices at once with reliable speeds amplified by the latest Wi-Fi equipment. Get on the fast track to a powerful online experience. Contact Endeavor and supercharge your internet today.
Again, today's game presented by our friends at Endeavor Communications. At Endeavor, we believe in investing in local communities and strive to make life better for all. Another way that Endeavor is helping rural communities succeed. We understand that having access to reliable internet can make a world of difference. We're here to provide the solutions that you need. Cheer on your favorite teams and stay connected with our high-speed internet. For more information, visit weendeavor.com. And Miller are going to try to go the distance in today's game. has just crossed the 100-pitch threshold. 125 is the pitch count limit. So he may bump into that at some point this inning. But again, frankly, throwing strikes has not been an issue for
either,
which is why we're in the 7th inning and we're about an hour 45 into the game.
Right.
Well, 7, 8, and 9 coming up this time through. Jude Corsi, Caden Patton, Dylan Farley. Want to know the count? Corsi tripled and scored back in the 3rd. Officially 0 for 3. Off the end of the bat, second baseman's got it lined up. That's Gross over to first base, and there's one down.
Nicely done there by Garrett Gross for the first out of the inning.
I would say this, make no mistake, Crawfordsville's in the better team. All is not lost for Danville at this point. If they can't come back and start the season 2 and 3, they're going to be okay.
Yes, sir.
So here's Patton. He is singled twice. Pitcher's got it. 2 down.
You know, that's not as a routine play as it appears with that sun over there. When that pitcher throws the ball from that angle over to first base, and you got to hope you don't lose that in the sun. See him there, and he kind of throws it high, and first base is kind of like, whoa, make sure.
Popped up. Catcher will give chase, but runs out of real estate. Good job by Wenzel to slide to a stop, to not make contact with the backstop. Farley singled his last time up and was thrown out at second base trying to get into scoring position on a stolen base attempt. Looking ahead for Danville, 8, 9, and 1. Due up in the top of the 1st.
Wonder if Wenzel got crossed up right there. His reaction was strange on that one.
Miller might be tired because you're leaving the ball up now. So we're about the legs starting to go a little bit.
Yep. That's that universal sign of getting tired.
But he's also 1 out away from throwing a complete game, even in a losing effort.
Really helps your team, that's for sure.
And again, they've got some time coming up. They'll reset the pitchers for next week. In Mooresville, the next opponent on Monday. Lash to left field. Left fielder drifting over. Center field has the play made. That's Skinner. And for the second time today, the Athenians go down in order. Again, Danville's got some work to do in the home half of the 7th. They trail by 6 on the ISC Sports Network.
Want lightning fast internet speeds? Choose Endeavor. Go from slow to whoa. From last to fast. And wait to great. Endeavor Communications is bringing the fastest internet speed in Indiana to your town, so you can download huge files in a flash, stream videos at blazing speeds, and game online faster than you thought possible. Think fast and contact Endeavor Communications today at join.weendeavor.com.
To the home half of the 7th we go. 8-2. In favor of Crawfordsville. They jumped out to a 4-0 lead. Already Miller has gone the distance for Danville. Weimer trying to do the same and pick up his 2nd win in his 4th appearance of the season. He has now thrown 18 innings. His ERA is hovering around 2.
Not bad.
Not bad for the junior. So Garrett Gross has had 1 plate appearance. He was pinch hit for by Carr back in the 4th and then re-entered. 8, 9, and 1. Neffendorf and then Walls due up after him. Fastball dots the outside corner.
Perfectly spotted fastball there for strike one.
Been doing that in inning 1, doing it in inning 7.
Yes, he is.
There is some activity just in case needed for Crawfordsville. Swinging at that pitch will negate the need for bullpen activity. Count is 0-2 against the Danville second baseman.
That's sitting. That's going to sit. Oh,
Foul ball.
Just foul.
Yep.
Just foul.
The count remains 0-2. Off the plate, 1-2.
Yeah, I think if you're Garrett Gross here, you're sitting fastball. If he throws you a perfectly placed curveball, you tip your cap, you walk back to the dugout, but you don't let him beat you with a fastball here.
Hop that one, 2-2 the count.
Especially right here. There's no way you gotta be thinking, there's no way he's gonna double you up with a breaking ball. He just threw a breaking ball and missed there. He's coming back with a fastball right now. You gotta get the bat head out in front, hit that ball through the middle.
Missed that one high, 3-2. Weaver with 7 Ks so far in this one.
Good swing by Gross there. Right on it. Seen several fastballs in this at bat. His timing's getting better and better. You're still sitting dead red fastball here.
And missed that one and walked him.
Good AB.
So first walk of the game. And for Weimer, it is his 3rd walk in 18 innings pitched this year. Here's Neffendorf, who singled his last time up. Not sure if this is, they're going to make a move now. Yep, you say, okay. Go ahead and make a pitching change at this point.
Yep.
Saying that Weimer has done enough. Moving in from third base will be Wyatt Moats. Take a look at what Weimer has done today again. 7 strikeouts in this game. So now 18 innings pitched this year. He has walked 3 and struck out 23.
That'll play.
Yep.
That will play. And he was, like you said, predominantly fastball. Just really placing the fastball really well, mostly on the outside part of the plate. But again, that will always be an effective pitch in the game of baseball.
The first batter to see Moats will be Neffendorf, the number 9 hitter. "26 batters faced. Both starting pitchers allowed 1 walk in 13 innings.
It's really good.
Baseball tonight.
Especially this early in the season. Have that kind of command this early is really impressive.
For Moats, this is his 3rd appearance of the season. He has thrown 2 innings. He's allowed 2 hits. He's allowed 5 runs, but none of those were earned. He has walked 2. He has struck out 2. And opposing batters are batting 182 in limited plate appearances against the sophomore in Moats.
Well, the only problem here for Wyatt Moats is he's had a perfect offensive day. Now he gives himself an opportunity for his dad to really jump on him potentially on the way home, right?
First pitch fastball into right field for a base hit.
I don't think the first baseman saw that ball at all. He never even moved.
So Neffendorf with a pair of base knocks today.
Really good swing there by Neffendorf. Getting a 9-hitter, doing some damage. Great swing there by Brandon.
And if you're Danville, you're just hoping to get guys on the base paths.
Yep.
So Walls to the plate. 0 for 3 today. Struck out last time up. First pitch strike. Curveball. Breaks through and out of the zone. 1-1 the count. Outside corner fastball, 1-2. Pretty much been see ball, hit ball here for Moats so far. Activity has ceased in the bullpen. That was Underwood that was throwing in the pen for Crawfordsville, so they pulled him from right field in case he was needed to finish this game. High hopping curveball, third baseman.
Good play.
Yep, but safe.
Oh, he said safe.
It's safe, and the reason being is the first baseman never had his foot on the bag.
You know what? That's a really good job by the umpire because he originally called him out, but then he saw that he was not on the base. He changed the call as he should have. I like that. It's really good umpiring there.
So bases are now loaded.
What do you rule that? E3 maybe?
That's how I would put it, yep. 'Cause it should have been an out.
Yep.
And again, Dowell just never had his foot on the bag. Now, if you're Woolsey, you just want to keep the train going.
That's correct.
First 3 batters have reached. Tying batter is still in the dugout at this point for Danville. Count it 1-0.
This game is not over, folks.
Nope. High hopper. Shortstop. Over to second for 1, and they'll just hold it. They'll trade a run for an out. It's 8-3. Let's give Woolsey an RBI in the fielder's choice. Gross comes around to score. Walls is out at second base. Neffendorf makes it to third. So that run charged to Weimer, so his night is done. 3 runs, 2 earned allowed by him tonight. Everything else, Moats is on the hook for at this point. Here's Skinner, who tripled and struck out twice in his previous visits to home plate. Whew. Curveball breaks late, a little high. So for Danville, 1 in the first, or excuse me, 1 in the second, 1 in the fourth, and now 1 in the 7th. Fastball, little liner, center field base hit. Everybody's safe.
Yep.
And it's 8-4.
Keeping the train moving.
To give Skinner the RBI. So a 2-hit afternoon for Skinner. So Warner. And now the tying run is on deck for Danville. Bring a little more speed to run at second base as Woolsey will make way. So Warner doubled in the third. Pop up to the third baseman last time up.
Big spot here for Jack Warner.
It was 9-4 yesterday when these two teams got together.
I have a feeling Danville's going to score more than 4 runs today.
Curveball bends around the plate. 1-0. Brings the fastball back, and
Good
Warner
pitch.
nods in agreement at the knees for a strike. Ground ball gets through, base hit.
Yep.
They're going to wave the runner around. Throw, cut off by the pitcher, no play there. And it's 8-5. So give Warner the RBI, and now the tying run comes to the plate in Cole Miller. And with that, there'll be a pitching change coming here for Crawfordsville, I do believe. So Moats faces 5. Only records 1 putout. Probably should have been 2.
Right.
But they will make another pitching change, will the Athenians. I believe this is Corsi that will be asked to come on and close this one down.
Those last 3 outs are always tough to get.
So this will be the 7th batter to the plate this inning for Danville. So asking for a glove change to go from the shortstop position to the pitcher's position. So this is Jude Corsi. On the season, Corsi, coming into the game, had thrown a team-high 18 innings. He's allowed 5 hits, 3 earned runs. He has walked 11. He has struck out 38. And his ERA, 1.17. This is his 5th appearance of the season. Lights just kicked on in case they are needed. So we have just passed the 2-hour mark in this one. Looks like Warner has been lifted from the game for a speedier runner for Danville as well. So Ryan Oliphant down at first base now running for Danville. Good battle by Danville here.
Yes, it is. And as you were saying, tying run is now at the plate.
Corsi, in terms of what he's throwing, look a lot like Mott's did kind of out there on the mound, both in terms of stature and movement.
Yep.
But clearly his ERA would tell you he has missed a lot of bats so far this year.
It's true.
He is averaging more than 2 strikeouts an inning. So here's Miller. Miller 1 for 3.
No, he did not.
Able to lay off of that one. First baseman playing behind the runner. Curveball and a wicked one.
Wow.
1-1 the count. Had Miller bailing on that.
Had me bailing. Ooh.
Again, able to lay off of it. They'll ask, but he didn't go. So after Corsi, after throwing that pitch 3 times in a couple different locations, you're thinking, all right, I got to throw this for a strike. Wrong back with a fastball. That one got through for a base hit. Runner will be waved around. Throw will go to third. It's now 8-6.
Uh-oh. Station to station here.
So now the tying run is at first base. Another pinch runner will come in here.
Coach O'Neill is coaching over there, man. He's getting all the speed in the event of a big hit.
This is Copeland. So now the winning run in Wenzel comes to the plate. Remember, he tripled earlier. That was in the ball that kind of was right next to shortstop and just kind of hopped past him on one hop and went all the way to the left center field wall.
Of course, he features a really good breaking ball, though. Oh, wow.
Didn't miss by much.
No, he did not.
Count it 1-1.
I tell you what, you got to be careful of your Corsi, though. If that thing hangs, it can get hit a long way.
Wenzel does have 3 runs batted in this season. Does not have 1 yet today. And missed it inside. Yep, 2-1.
Really good take.
That ball fell into the zone but never got home plate.
Correct.
Three and one.
Have a lot of Crawfordsville umpires right now, as we can hear in the background. It's a good at-bat here by Wenzel.
Swing and a miss. Found the location that time.
And that was a 3-1 curveball by Corsi. I mean, that's obviously the pitch he has the most confidence in.
Comes back with the same location.
Yeah.
Wenzel spoils it.
If you throw it 3-1, you'll throw it 3-2. Now is the question, do you do it 3 times in a row here? And I'm guessing yes.
Yeah, given the movement he's had, yep.
Yeah.
And the one time he went fastball, the ball was
hit pretty hard.
knocked to left field.
Yep.
Curveball.
That is a tremendous at-bat by Ryan Wenzel to lay off of that pitch. That is, folks, if you've never played baseball, you don't understand how hard it is to lay off of that pitch right there. That is tremendous.
So with that, the winning run is now at first base.
Wow.
Pat O'Neill's having a conversation with the bases umpire. And the only thing I can think of is he is asking about the pitching motion by Corsi. In other words, is he coming to a full stop? Is he coming fully set? Just kind of watching the hand gestures from Pat.
Okay.
It's the only thing I can think of that he might be asking about. Pretty civil conversation.
Gotcha. I'm not sure I'd go out and talk to him. I'd just be yelling balk from over there and tell him to watch it that way, right?
To Benedetto. That misses.
You mentioned his and Benedetto's last at bat, kind of stepping in the bucket a little bit. He's going to have a tough time hitting this breaking ball if he does step that way. So you got to make sure you stay on this pitch.
That misses high. 2-0. That broke a little bit late. Brought the fastball, and all of a sudden now you lose this hitter. That's a run scored. And the two Corsis will have a quick conversation. Cale trying to calm Jude down a little bit. And obviously DiBenedetto gets a take sign here. You would think if it's ever going to be the fastball, it's this pitch.
That's right.
Last one sailed high. And that one did too. And that is a run.
Wow.
And all of a sudden, it is 8-7.
Rick, these are the games that makes coaches age prematurely. Okay, this is tough.
Well, Crawfordsville is on pitcher number 3, and I'm not sure the hook is coming here. So here comes Garrett Gross, who began the inning by drawing a walk from Weimer that turned out to be his last batter of the game. But they're going to bring him back in. They're going to bring the starting pitcher back in the game.
Wow.
So he never left the game. I mean, he's been in the game the entire time. But they're going to go back to Weimer.
Man, I can honestly say I've never seen this. I've never seen this.
So 2 relievers come in. face 8 batters. They get 1 out. And the starting pitcher, again, who is starting to bump up against the pitch count a little bit.
Yeah.
He will come back in, and we'll see exactly how many batters A is required, but B, he is able to face.
Oh, man.
So it was Moats, and Moats would come on to face 5 batters, and 4 of them reached. And then for Corsi, and the curveball was outstanding, but couldn't locate it. Maybe didn't get some of the calls he was hoping for.
Right. And Greg, if I'm not mistaken, I think Gross's at-bat to lead off this inning was against Weimer. He had
Correct.
a really good at-bat.
Correct.
So he's gotten a good look at Weimer in this inning alone. So this is an interesting matchup that we have right now.
So Aaron Brayback will come and run at second base. Our producer, Vince Morales, asks a wonderful question.
That is.
Does he give up the win and the save in this situation if they hang on?
Oh, man.
He may get the loss, and this one pops straight up. It'll be behind us.
Wow.
Count is 0-1.
So this is a 5-run bottom of the 7th here.
And tying run is at third base. Winning run is at second.
Oh.
It's in for a strike.
Ooh.
And the count now 0-2.
Now, if you're Gross, you got to fight here. You got to try to move the baseball somewhere.
Missed that one high.
Find a way to move the baseball here to do something productive for your team. Great job. Great eye.
2-2. Again, a walk is every bit as good as a hit here.
Yes, it is.
Swing and a miss. There was a foul tip, but got it squarely in the mitt. And for everything that Danville has put together in this inning, about to send their 11th batter to the plate, Crawfordsville is still 1 out away from getting the road league win. Here's Neffendorf, who has singled the last 2 times he's been up. And it's pretty much see ball, hit ball at this point.
Oh.
I think I know what Weimer's going to throw on the next pitch.
I'm right with you. But I'm telling you right now, Neffendorf's going to time this one up and put it right in that, right between the second baseman and first baseman.
Overthrew that one a little bit. Hall was able to snare it. Again, ball goes to the backstop. It's tie game.
Yes, it is.
Count it 1-2. Didn't get it.
That's a great call. That's not a strike.
Yep.
That is not a strike.
Yep. Catcher framed it.
Yes,
Yep.
yes, he did.
Yeah, it was outside. 2-2.
All the Crawfordsville fans wanted that one.
Not that time. Yep.
Nope. This is a tremendous at-bat by a 9-hitter.
And obviously everybody gets a head start here on 3-2. A walk ties the game. A base hit because runners are going likely ends the game. Foul ball stays alive.
The runner on first base never took off. Man, what a battle. What a battle. What a game this has turned into.
Got a foul ball that no Danville player went and tracked down, so hence the momentary delay. Swing and a miss. And Crawfordsville hangs on to get the win. And Weimer got 20 of 21 outs, got the first 18, and got the last 2. And from 8-2 to 8-7, this one is concluded. Well, tremendous comeback effort by Danville. Great job by Crawfordsville to battle through. Chris, your final thoughts on this one?
It's turned into a really good baseball game. This was fun to watch. Can't wait to get back here next week.
The win and the save, perhaps, by Weimer. So, Danville falls to 2-3, 0-2 in league play. Crawfordsville up to 7-2 and 2-0 in league action. For Chris Walker and our entire ISC Sports Network crew, this is Greg Rakestraw. Good night from Danville. This one was fun from start to finish, and it got close late. Athenians hang on to win by a run on ISC.
Still on his feet. Stevens lunges. Are you kidding me?
Champions of Marion County.
Unbelievable. Touchdown.
Living up to that last name.
Wabash has the lead for the first time today.